The following program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.
Hi. Welcome to The Ring and All Other Sports. My name's Leo Connors. I'm your host, along with my co-host and tag team partner, Derek Dukes.
Red light.
And tonight we got two special guests. We got the promoter and owner of UFO Wrestling, Mr. Pat Dillon. We got professional wrestler, professional wrestling trainer, Beau the Dynasty Douglas. Guys, thanks for being on the show.
Yeah, pleasure.
So, really glad to have you. It's been a while.
I love having these guys here, man.
Me too. Derek,
Yes.
what's in the box?
What's in the box? Beau, what's in the box?
What's in the box?
Hello, hooch bags.
What's up, y'all? You know what time it is? Mr. Pat Dillon, would you please hand me the contents of that box, please?
Sure.
I'd really appreciate it.
You don't know what's in the box.
Beau knows what's in the box. Beau knows what's in the box. Oh, what do we have here? Why, thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you. So today, we're over here again. How you doing? So today, we have the Tremont. It's a David Ulrich. You can see. This is from a gentleman who used to own the Ulrich, excuse me. Yeah, that's what it is, in Boston. It's called the Tremont. This is Barry's cigar. It's a great cigar, great smoke, guys. It's up here in Boston, so if you guys want to try it down there, I'll send some down to you. Trust me. I want to say hello to all my hooch bags out there. I love you all. See, look at real pros in the house. So do we get it done? Love you all. Thanks.
Nice. So, Derek,
Yes, sir.
I think you wanted to tell me something earlier.
Well, yeah. Oh, my God. Well, I remember being in Florida and catching your first show.
Yes.
And it was the guy I used to work for back in the day. A heavier set guy. Bigger guy.
Yep.
Great guy. One of the best.
Absolutely.
Whether I was, no matter what, I was always booked in Massachusetts because of him.
And don't forget,
You know?
came on the show at like 45-minute notice.
Yeah, it was
when I
great.
was screwed.
And he came through for you.
Yeah.
Now, Beau, do you know what I'm talking about?
Sounds like a pretty stand-up guy to me.
I mean, very
absolutely.
very stand-up guy.
Absolutely.
You know? Do you know who he is?
Oh, I know exactly who he is.
Oh, have you seen him in a bit?
No, actually, well, yeah, actually, I have seen him.
You have?
Yeah, I just saw him a couple minutes ago. That's him right there, Mr. Pat Dillon.
That's him right there?
Yeah. Why don't you ask Harlan?
You know, hey, Harlan, do me a favor. Can we put up a clip of what this gentleman used to look like?
Today, my guest is Pat Dillon, the owner of UFO Wrestling out of South Boston and the chairman of the board of the Bell Time Club. Pat, thanks for coming on.
My pleasure, Leo. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Wow, huh? Incredible. So, Pat, real quick, how much weight have you
Beau
lost?
knows
Pat?
weight,
Seriously?
right?
140 pounds.
140 pounds. That's fantastic. Seriously.
person.
Congratulations, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's a toddler.
Yeah, it's a lightweight boxer.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
That's
Mickey
not a
Wood
toddler.
used to, no, but he used to, no, that's not a toddler.
Not at all.
I do seriously want to say, though, great job, brother. Proud of
Absolutely.
you. You look
Appreciate it.
great,
Very proud of you.
and you did it, you know, for your health and for yourself. You look
Absolutely.
awesome, man. God
Thank
bless
you.
you, brother. Good
Yeah,
job.
Absolutely.
Good job.
So, all right. So, Pat,
Yes.
we got a big show coming up on Wednesday night,
Yes.
the night before Thanksgiving at the Tynan Community Center.
Tynan Community Center in South Boston. Yes.
My
Healthy.
old hometown.
Very
Yours
nice.
too.
Harvest Havoc 2016.
Nice.
Nice.
Main event is our champ, Brian Fury,
Yeah.
taking on Teddy
No.
Goods.
No,
Oh,
no, that's
Brian
not.
Malonis, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I'm
Brian,
taking,
sorry.
I
Sorry.
apologize.
Hold
Sorry,
on,
Brian.
hold on.
Hold on.
I'm taking on New Hampshire's favorite son, Brian Fury.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's
You
the,
are, really?
the co-main event. I
Put that
apologize.
kid on the shelf, brother.
I apologize.
That's all right.
I don't want any tension here with
No,
Beau Douglas.
Like, you won't give me a title shot.
No.
No, because he
But I-
knows.
It's going to be a great
I'll
match.
make sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
It is.
it's because he knows Beau knows titles.
Well,
Oh,
That's
yes,
why.
absolutely.
So getting back to it now, it's
Yeah.
all right. Beau Douglas versus Brian Fury, and it's gonna be the last time you're gonna see Brian Fury at UFO Wrestling.
Right.
He's
right.
had a great career.
Yes, he has.
But now our main event is the Kingpin Brian Malonis.
Yes.
Another son of New Hampshire.
Yep.
I'll be taking on Teddy Goods.
Ooh, wow.
What a match that's going to be.
That's going to be a good match.
You're going to see it's going to be the first time you've ever seen it.
Nice.
And I decided it was something that needed to be done, and that's what's going to happen.
Absolutely. That's great. Now, I got a question for you, though. I seen Beau's. Is he wrestling twice?
Yes. 3 times. Don't forget the Turkey Rumble. As
Oh,
well.
that's right. Yeah. So he's going to be defending the title with his tag team partner you guys were feuding with each other.
It was
before. I
one night
there.
only.
I was there.
One night only, and we won the belts.
Yeah.
It's not my fault. I'll
That-
defend him with anyone. It doesn't matter to me.
Right, exactly.
So,
But
yeah.
the selfie-made man. I'm sorry, we didn't get
Yes.
to his name.
The
Vern
selfie-made
Vicala.
man, Vern Vicala, will defend the tag team titles with Beau Douglas. Looking to reclaim the title will be Mr. Wrestling 9 and Mr. Wrestling 12.
Ooh.
Now,
Tough
I
guys.
asked Derek last week,
tough
right?
guys.
I asked Derek last week what happened to 10 and 11? You know what I mean? I'm just,
Well, I know
curious.
7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what happened.
Yes, I have no idea. And,
Okay.
Don't forget about their manager, Schenectady Rhubarb.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
wow,
that's
yeah.
right.
and if you follow them guys at all,
Yep.
now all of a sudden there's a 13.
What?
Really?
Whoa.
There's a
Did not know
13.
that.
Yes,
Wow.
there's a
What's going on?
13. Mr. Wrestling 13.
Nice.
Yes.
Man. Telling you.
Yeah, how are you gonna take care of that? With now, there's 4 guys you got to worry about in this match. Maybe even 5 if you talk about your tag team partner, which I know you guys are.
I don't really have any. I don't really want to worry about the selfie-made man, Vern
Okay.
Vicala, because he proved to be a true competitor when we
Absolutely.
were able to take the belts.
Yes.
I'll tell you, he's one of the fastest rising stars here in New England.
I've said that
Yes,
many
Up
times
definitely.
on
and
here.
down, anywhere.
Definitely.
I mean, look, he travels out to Ohio on the regular
yeah.
basis, Pennsylvania. Now, he needs to focus on this Wednesday night, though. I'll tell you this right
He
now.
does.
Mr. Wrestling 9, 12, 25, 36. I don't care who they are.
Right.
Yeah, baby.
Because I don't think they care who they are.
Right.
In my opinion, they shouldn't even be in a ring. One guy's running around with underwear on, no shoes on, carrying a fanny pack.
Right.
The other one's running around doing squats and whatever else he does,
they-
and then can't even understand their manager, Schenectady.
No, not at
Not
all.
at all.
What's with the book, though? He always has that book. You know?
I-
Wonder if it's...
Everybody has a book.
Yeah, that's true. Salud, you got that one.
I got faith in you guys, and like I said, I was there the night you guys won the belts, and you guys, it was great. It was a great match, and I was very happy for you guys. Isaiah was very happy, you know. And we got the Turkey Rumble, like Beau mentioned earlier.
Yes.
A Turkey Rumble. Now, Derek said last week that there was a couple of. He was in it one time.
I got
We get down to the
I
final.
got screwed
3.
out of one.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that was the one that Mark Green won.
Yes.
And then he also told me that Kevin Quinn won it also one year.
Kevin Quinn won 1 year
Wow,
also.
one of the
yes.
best refs around right now,
Yes.
too, by the way.
yes.
Definitely.
Kevin Quinn, for sure.
Yeah, the Kevin Quinn win was rather weird the way that happened. Is allegedly he was in to present the winner the trophy at the time. I think it was JT Dunn,
Okay.
and Kevin somehow took off his shirt that he had of JT Dunn and was wearing a Brandon Webb shirt.
Oh.
So JT Dunn went berserk
Little swerve.
and took off because he noticed Brandon Webb outside the ring and suicide dives over the top rope on a Brandon Webb, eliminating himself. Kevin Quinn wins,
Nice.
and then ring announcer Sean Feeney comes in, tries to start trouble. Kevin Quinn hits him with a Stone Cold Stunner
Nice.
and walks away Turkey Rumble champ that year.
Unbelievable.
That's awesome. Kevin's in good shape, too, for a rep. Seriously,
Yes, he
though,
is.
he really is. He keeps himself in great
Kevin's
shape.
in better shape than half the wrestlers in New England.
Yeah, I didn't want to say that.
Right,
but
right.
you're
I'm just gonna
absolute-
keep
no,
it
you're-
real.
I hear you. You are right, though.
He's
He
also
really is.
hairier than most wrestlers.
Oh, that's, yeah. So we love you, Kev, but, you
Well,
know.
yeah, except for on the top of his head.
Yeah, of course.
Truth.
You know,
That's true.
sorry about that, Kevin.
We still love you, though, brother.
Yes.
Poor guy.
So, what time does your show start?
Doors are open at 6:30.
Okay.
First bell 7 o'clock.
Nice.
And if there are enough people in the building before 7 o'clock, I'm going to have a treat for the fans.
Very nice.
Nice. All right.
All right.
I'm going. So if you're not there, I don't know what you're doing. Because seriously, what more fun could you have on Thanksgiving Eve than going to see UFO wrestling
what
at
I'm
the
saying.
Tynan Community Center in South Boston? I actually have an old friend that I haven't seen in over 30 years. He still lives in South.
Awesome.
And
There you go. That's good.
what's that? The project's over by the park.
Old Harbor.
Colony?
Old Harbor. No,
Oh.
Old Harbor.
Yep.
Rick Sullivan. I'll tag you in this, Ricky. He's going to meet me at the show. He doesn't even go to wrestling. He's like,
Awesome.
I'll go with you.
Well, you haven't seen him
I
in so
can't
long. Why
wait
not?
to see- Oh, it's been so long. I'm so excited.
Good.
It's going to be a great time. I'm
Definitely.
really looking forward to it.
I am too.
Well,
Yes.
I'd like to talk about your career a little bit, if you don't mind.
It's a long one.
That's good.
Definitely is.
When you first found professional wrestling, how old were you?
When I first found, so prior to the career, of course. You're saying.
Yes, absolutely.
I would have to say 6 or 8 years old.
Wow.
I just remember watching it on Saturday mornings at my grandmother's house. She loved it. She loved it because she remembered her father taking her back to the old Boston Garden.
Right.
And she would always talk about Killer Kowalski, and she would talk about Haystacks Calhoun, and my father would always bring them up. So, I watched, and of course it was a completely different era than what they
Oh,
saw.
yeah. Was it ever?
That's what I started with.
She
watching the
couldn't
70s.
watch what was on in the 80s.
Right.
Of course, so that was about 86, 88 was when
Okay.
I first picked it up.
Okay, so Hogan was running.
Oh,
rampant
yeah,
right then,
yeah.
Warrior.
Ultimate Warrior, Macho Man.
Yeah. Now, who was your favorite?
See, this is going to be
Yeah.
a little different during that era. I'd have to say British Bulldog.
Nice.
With the
Nice.
tag team,
tag
and
team?
then when he broke out on his own.
Nice.
And then I
Nice.
started, of course, really following Bret Hart.
Yeah.
A huge fan of Bret Hart's. Up till now, of course. I still am a fan, but, it's a
Yeah.
little bit different now.
Yeah, definitely a little bit different. All right, so you started training at what age?
I started training at 17.
Nice.
Which you couldn't, right?
No. So Walter had a rule, Walter Killer Kowalski.
Yes.
He had a rule that you had to be 18 years old to train at the school.
Right.
Now, I had started going there when I was 15 with Slick Wagner Brown and Big
Right.
Mark Green. We
Yeah.
were going there, we were watching, we were there every week, twice a week if they allowed us, usually 4 classes a week.
Right.
But we'd go there after school, watch, he'd incorporate us in matches as managers, referees,
Yep.
just to really get a feel, and Walter
Right.
really liked kids.
Yeah.
So for anyone who was trying to stay out of trouble, that looked good for him. Now, after 2 years of seeing us continuously, he's like, "Are you ever going to sign up?" I go, "Walter, I'm only 17.
Right.
Oh, I'll get the waiver. You take it home.
That's it.
So I had to have a
Walter.
waiver signed. My father had signed it. We got it notarized. So on my 17th birthday, which was in March, I waited 1 month because I had to finish out the wrestling season in high school, as well as Drama Fest. Never mind, beside the point. And I had started training. Now, Wagner waited an additional month after that to graduate high school because he was a year older than me.
Okay.
On the day of his graduation, it was a Monday night. It was the first Nitro in Boston.
Wow.
So it would have been 1997, May, I believe.
Wow.
Yeah, May of 97. We went to Monday Nitro. The following day, I had school. Wagner did. As soon as I got out of school, Wagner met me. We went up to the school, and Wagner was in there with me. And it's
Nice.
history ever since.
Right.
That's awesome.
Right.
I'm a big fan of Slick also. I remember watching him when I first started, watching the independent wrestling. I remember seeing you and Slick and Jason.
Mm-hmm.
2K
Really
Club.
excited. Back, great times. So you trained with Walter,
Yes.
and your first match was against who?
My very first match, well, first was a Battle Royal up here in Manchester, New Hampshire.
Okay.
Damon Darkangelo was in it, Tony Roy, Tim McNeely, Matt Bloom.
Asher was on Tony Roy.
Yeah, you're right.
In Peabody's own AKA, you just talked about A-Train /
Matt Bloom.
Matt
yeah.
Bloom.
Yes.
All those guys were in the Battle Royal. Jason, Wagner, New Sensation, Steve Morbido.
Wow.
I haven't heard that in a long time.
The list goes on and on. But my first one-on-one match was against Tim McNeely.
Nice.
And that was on a WWA show
Yeah.
for Freddie Spargo.
Nice. We actually talked about Tim McNeely a couple weeks ago
Yep.
with Burley. Remember that?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because Timmy's,
The Graduate.
Phenomenal.
he
Yes, absolutely.
Just
We were talking about him
phenomenal.
and Mike Hollow.
Oh, my God.
You know how back then.
Coach.
Yes, they used to
Coach.
like to like they would do WWE TV, and the guys really liked to work with Walter's boys because
Loved it.
they knew how to
Yep.
work. They were respectful. You know what I mean?
You better believe it.
I'll be honest with you. I remember at the school, you guys bring up Nashua's own Tony Roy. I remember being at the school and hearing a story from Freight Train Dan.
Yep.
telling us how Tony got to work The Rock in one of his first TV matches. And The Rock was so respectful of Tony that he went to Tony first and introduced himself.
Wow, that's awesome.
Respect.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
We don't need to go into further on into the story. Let's just say that the night turned out well, and Tony was even more respected after the fact.
Right.
That's awesome. Derek, you want to ask Beau a few questions,
Well,
please?
I want to ask Beau, because I've known Beau a long time. And Beau, I'm brother. I'm sorry. I got to bring it up. I bring it up every show when we talk about pro wrestling, and I'm going to bring it up to you, brother. And they've heard it. Trust me. They've heard it.
Okay.
We had Jason Rumble on screen, and I brought it up, and he actually laughed for almost a minute because we just brought it up to what we were doing. This is good. Well, of course, because of our friend Tony Rumble, I got a chance to meet Taz and Tommy Dreamer, and who introduced me to Paul Heyman. So I went to work for Paul Heyman. And just working for Paul and doing the thing. And so one night, we were actually in Boston. I believe he said it was in the Roxy. And John Balls Mahoney, God rest his soul, came early and he says, let's go see some friends. Great. So we roll up to Jason Rumble's house, knock on the door. Just got Balls Mahoney with me. Can we come in? Oh, yeah, sure. So somewhere around 3 a.m., because we were still there, there's Balls Mahoney, 6'6", 6'5", 330 pounds, in the kitchen with 17-year-old Beau Douglas teaching him spots.
Yeah, that definitely was a thing. Yeah. That was definitely a thing. If you want to know about tough love.
Right? Because every time Beau would miss or do, all you hear was, see, he just moved?
Right,
and that wasn't a shoot.
Right.
Every time. Listen to me. So Jason and I just sitting back like, is he going to kill him?
Lock up again.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's right this time.
3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. Wow. So that's how long I go back with Beau.
That's awesome.
Yeah, 17-year-old Beau at 3 o'clock in the morning at Jason Rumble's house. Probably not the best place for me. In hindsight.
In hindsight, right. In hindsight. But there is that always question when a worker comes in I want to ask. And I think I know his answer because how long he's been in the business and what he's done.
Right.
So I always give the question to every worker that walks in, and I'm going to hit you with that next because I want you to answer it afterwards. Professional wrestling or sports entertainment?
That's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
I personally feel it is professional wrestling.
That's what we do.
And I feel that sports entertainment is just another entity that's part of sports
Because we
entertainment,
learn to entertain.
of wrestling. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we are entertainers, but
We're actors, entertainers, we're stuntmen.
sports entertainment sounds a little bit like we don't get hurt.
Right.
Exactly.
And I'll
yeah.
be pretty honest. This nose isn't crooked because of not getting hurt.
Yep.
Right.
This scar on my back from back surgery a year and a half ago, that's not sports entertainment.
Nope.
'Cause I wasn't entertained by that.
Nope,
Pat
not at
might
all.
have been. Pat might have been, but I wasn't.
So same question, Mr. Pat Dillon.
It's definitely professional wrestling, and with the commercialization of everything, it becomes sports entertainment.
Right, because of the merch.
Exactly.
You know, the fans going to buy the merch.
The lights, the drama, everything behind it. But it wasn't. It's always been professional wrestling.
Yeah.
And
Definitely.
it's going to always be professional wrestling.
There it is. See,
Absolutely. But see, I like
to
that.
it.
They were quick and to the point, and that's probably true. Nothing against anybody else that answered
No,
that
of
question.
course
but
not.
honestly and truly, that was two of the best answers we've
well,
gotten from that question.
well, like I said, you want to do is you want to grab a guy who's been
right.
in doing it as long as he has.
Yeah.
Plus, the way that Pat has been around the business and
Right.
has his own company and now owner of a school, and he's been there.
A
he's
little
seen
known
it.
fact. Pat Dillon trained at Killer Kowalski's as well. Not many people
I did
know
not
this.
know that. I didn't know that.
Oh, yes, he did.
Really?
Yes,
Sorry, Pat.
That's all right.
Bo knows.
Yeah.
Bo knows.
I had no idea.
See?
Yeah, I did. I'm
At the same time as Beau?
1998.
Right after, a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit after I started, 1998, and I can tell you, you're gonna, might ask the same question about my first match,
Yeah.
and I will say the same thing that he did. It was a battle royal up at St. Patrick's in Lawrence.
Okay. Yeah.
Freight Train Dan ran a show where he his
needs.
the dogs for special needs.
Oh, okay.
It was a charity event, and I did that battle royal, and like I said, it was Damon Doc Angelo, Matt Bloom, Wagner,
Yeah. He was on the show.
Damian Sandow was in. Yeah, Aaron Stevens.
Wow.
Yeah. Those the same cast of crew, you know.
Yep.
And that was my first experience, my first time in a ring for a match.
I never knew that. When I had you on the show, we could have talked all kinds of stuff. But I had no idea that you. I really didn't know.
Again,
Yeah.
Leo.
Wow.
Beau knows.
Yeah, Beau
Well,
sure does know.
It's funny sometimes though, because you get somebody from the outside that will come up to visit the school,
Yeah.
Bell Time Club,
yeah.
and they all think, oh, he's a promoter. What's he doing in the ring? And then
Right.
I'll take a student and I'll start working with them.
Right.
And then it's like, everyone's like,
Right.
what? I didn't know you were trained. I'm like,
Right.
well, there's some things you don't know.
Yeah, exactly. I certainly didn't know that.
Well, there was I stopped after a couple years.
Okay.
And it was a long gap before I even, got back into the business.
Okay.
In the promoter aspect. But yes, I was trained by Killer Kowalski also.
Nice. I got a question for you about your
Yes.
upcoming show. I heard a rumor that the Castle Island Assassin
Oh, let's not talk about
is
it.
coming back. I need
What?
to know, though. I heard
What?
that there's a rumor that the Castle Island Assassin is coming back.
Does Beau know?
Listen, Castle Island Assassin has been a thorn in my side since I
guys,
started
but I had
in
to
UFO
find
wrestling.
I
Oh
had
my
to know.
God,
I
you're
have to
kidding me.
know.
I don't want anything
Well,
to do with him. I got enough on my plate that night.
Is he really?
The Castle Island Assassin will be in the building.
Nice.
Whoa.
I heard he's in the Turkey Rumble.
Whoa, look at
Yes.
Leo.
Look at his hairs on his
Look
arms
at-
standing up.
Oh, man.
If anyone follows me on Facebook, I did a live feed on Saturday
Yes.
of him actually at the Bell Time Club training.
Yep.
Can't even stop in the office for a day.
Wow.
And the only reason why is some of the fans want to see him unmasked.
Whoa.
I actually would.
I think Beau knows.
So what
No,
it
I
is,
don't know. That's the problem. I'd
No.
like to see who.
Yeah,
he is.
exactly.
I definitely am interested in seeing who he is.
He's a creep. That's all that matters.
He must
He's a
be
creep.
from South Boston. He's the
Listen.
Castle Island Assassin.
Yeah.
He
Exactly.
shows up everywhere. He shows up in Somerville after I'm cutting promos. Next
in,
thing you know, he's down in Melrose. I'm wrestling on a show. I come outside and there's
There
a
he
picture of him. Listen, Castle
Quincy,
Island, CIA.
Quincy, he showed up at a show in Quincy.
Beau, you're going to have to put a stop to this guy.
Oh,
man.
listen, I have enough
Yeah,
on my
take
plate.
that hood off.
I got more than enough on my plate.
Yeah, you do. 3 matches in one night. That's a lot. It is. It's a lot.
So you're legitimately working Iron Man that night.
Sure.
I'd say so. I hope
Sure.
there's going to be like some spaces in between the matches.
Well, that's up to the promoter.
Yeah.
That's
No,
that's
I
up
hope
to
you're
the
gonna help
promoter.
him out with that, Pat.
The Turkey
He
Rumble
likes to stack
is
the cards against me. I've noticed this.
the Turkey Rumble's most likely going to be the last
Yes.
event of the night.
Right.
Unless barring something happens like last year where the opponent in the main event was unable to make it due to who knows what, where I had to push the Turkey Rumble up first,
Okay.
and the winner got the spot in the main event,
Oh,
Nice,
okay.
nice.
which
Okay.
happened to be All Good Anthony Green last year.
Nice, nice. Good young up and coming talent. too,
Another
that kid.
phenomenal young
Yeah.
man.
You know, they keep bringing up, which I already know about anyway.
Right.
But, they keep bringing up this Bell Time something.
Yes.
Bell Time
Yeah.
Club.
What? Oh, the Bell Time Club. That's what it is. You maybe tell them about the Bell Time Club for me?
Absolutely, guys.
Bell Time Club located at 40B Broadway, Wakefield, Massachusetts. We are a professional wrestling school as well as a club.
Excellent.
We are just another alternative to receiving quality training that was taught to us by Killer Kowalski.
Of course.
As well as things we learned from the late Tony Rumble, Tony Atlas. The list goes on and on.
And who would be trainers down there, sir?
Well, of course, I am the owner.
The Dynasty Beau Douglas.
I am the owner and I am the head trainer. I actually am not the founder of the Bell Time Club,
Nope,
though.
nope.
The Boston Bad Boy Jason Rumble is.
Right.
right.
Unfortunately, when he moved away, the school could no longer continue. So me and Patrick here stepped forward and we took over to provide some.
So, Mr.
quality
Pat
training.
Dillon.
Nice.
Wow. So there you go. You heard it. If you want to learn some skills, or you think you want to learn the skill of professional wrestling? You heard what these gentlemen
I mean,
said?
I've had some great trainers along with me. My assistant trainer right now, Benny Jukes.
Great
he wrestles
worker.
all
Yeah.
around the country.
Wow, great
Many
worker.
different companies.
Yep.
Mike McCarthy was another
Yep.
trainer we had. Evan Six was assisting us at one point in
Nice.
time. Luis Ortiz has come down a few times.
Wow.
I mean, in all honesty, that's how we do it at the Belltown
Yeah.
Club.
Right.
We do run drills. We do run full classes, but I like it the way Walters was.
Right.
Yes, we had Coach Harlow,
Coach
who
Harlow.
handled everything.
Yep.
Right.
But then we also, when Slick took over as head trainer at Walters, he would incorporate other training methods that he had learned in Japan.
Yep.
So what I like to do is I like to have these other guys come in.
Of course.
Who have the quality, who has the experience, but also have the exact same fundamentals as us.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
That way you make a better package altogether in the end.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's a great thing to do because if you notice, even the WWE's doing that down at the Performance Center. I don't know if you guys noticed, Steve Carino was just down there. last
Yes.
week, you know what I mean?
And he's killing.
Which
He was
is awesome
he was
'cause
killing
you
it.
can learn a lot from Carino. There's no doubt
yeah.
about it.
true.
And all the guys you've named, phenomenal talents, you know, in the
Yeah.
New England area. I actually went to the Belltime Club when it was in the other place.
In Everett, yep.
In Everett,
Yep.
yeah, a couple times. And I was telling a story
The upstairs dungeon.
last week that Chainsaw Charlie was there, and he saw Isaiah. My grandson was like 3 or 4 years old, probably 3 years old.
Troop.
And he almost had a heart attack, that poor little kid, right? And then I go to tell him, you know, because he's like, I told him I can't stay, da-da-da. He goes, bring him in here. I said, dude, he saw you from a distance. You think I'm actually going to be able to bring him to you? He wants nothing to do with
No.
you. He hated Dillon Cage with the
eyes?
You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
Hey,
Yep.
Dillon's another formidable opponent.
Oh,
right there.
absolutely. I would love to have him, but he's down in North Carolina.
Yeah, I was going to
correct?
say, it's going to be
Yeah.
tough for you to get him up
Yeah.
there.
Definitely.
I got to visit his hometown when I was driving down to Florida
Pretty neat,
last
huh?
year.
Weren't they just hit
It
bad
is.
by the hurricane?
I believe they were.
They were, yeah.
But it was a beautiful.
He lives in a beautiful place.
Yeah,
He does.
yeah.
Lives in a beautiful place.
Another hell of a talent.
Yep,
though.
great
Really,
talent.
Really great talent. Isaiah hates him. Because he just can't even look at him. He's like, doesn't
That
hate him.
means he's
He
doing
just-
his job.
Oh,
See?
absolutely.
Exactly.
In all
But that
honesty.
kid was literally petrified.
Punch the time clock. I did my thing.
No,
That's
it really
right.
was. But really, really great talent. That's actually, I've seen him wrestle all the time where I met you, Derek, at the MWF shows. Mm-hmm. You know, Beau, you were on a lot of those
Oh,
shows.
yeah, all of them.
Yeah, all of them, yeah.
Every
Yeah.
single
Yeah.
one.
Everyone.
Derek,
Sir.
come on, shoot some more questions.
Well, like I said, you've got two big talent, and two per se that I actually have stopped down. I was just doing that so the people would know about
Yeah,
the
yeah.
school, but I actually have stopped down to the Belltime and helped Beau out a few times.
Nice.
Because
That's awesome.
He's got he's got some top-notch kids in there, and he really does. And you can see that there's no BS in there. There's no he's a straight shooter when it comes to what he does.
Yeah.
And when it's time to go, till it's time to leave. And I don't mean leave as in to go home. I mean when it's time to start, it's time to finish.
Right.
He's a straight shooter, and I've seen him with his kids and how he works. I say the word kids, excuse me, but I say that.
say the same
So yeah, I say the
And
same
some
thing.
of them older than me.
Right, right. But it's a shoot, but it's the fact of you see the way these guys work,
Right.
and how they work underneath them, and you've seen a lot of unbelievable talent come out of that school. You really have. I mean, look at Dan Terry.
Yeah. Oh,
Look at
absolutely.
Dan
Dan Terry's
That's what I was
furthering
gonna
his
get to
career a
next.
little bit. He's
Definitely.
going into the different schools, working with XWA. I know
Yep.
he's working out at New England Pro Wrestling Academy as
I'm
well.
sorry, XWA down with Jose?
Yes,
Jose
yes,
Perez.
Jose Perez.
Excellent.
I
Mike
guess-
Antonucci.
Mike Bennett.
Yeah. So
Excellent.
that's really good.
So they are. I mean, you had Tim Lennox, who's going
Tim
up
Lennox,
to Canada
yeah.
on the regular bit. We had Carlos Gabriel, who
Tim.
now wrestles for
OVW.
OVW.
Yep.
I mean, the guys, they're up and coming. They're working their butts off, and that's all I can ask, to be
Right.
honest. And it's a different era.
Yes.
It's a different era.
Yes, it is.
Everybody, there are so many bridges that have been built
Right.
that we are all willing to work together.
Better believe it.
My students can go here,
Of course.
there, anywhere. Their guys have been to our school as well. I'm not going to name names,
I hear you.
but of course, they've come and worked out at different points in time too. But that's what we want to strive for. If you're not in
course.
the ring learning, then what are you doing on your free time?
Yeah, then you should
Well,
be.
you
in the
guys
ring
are
learning.
teaching them first and foremost. Also, obviously the fundamentals, all that, but respect, and that's one thing I've heard a lot about the kids you train. You know what I mean? That they've got a lot of respect for everyone, and they know how how to go into a locker room.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Of course.
And not, and they know what to do.
Right.
And they're accepted, you know what I mean? And things like that. They
Well,
know. They've been trained right.
This is the sport of kings.
Right.
Sport of gods.
Better
You
believe
know
it.
what I
Yeah.
mean? This
Better
has
believe
been
it.
around before time, basically. And
Yep.
they need to respect that. So does everyone out there, to be honest. Let's have fun, but, keep some respect for this.
No matter what. I mean,
Absolutely.
that's backroom etiquette 101.
Yes.
No need to not disrespect or to not disrespect, shall we say, anybody. No matter whether you have heat or not. If Beau and I have heat and we're in a back room together, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if him and I have heat because of this or because of that. I could give a rat's ass why we have heat.
Right.
He's there to do a job like I am.
Right.
So
If
respect.
we have heat, do it in the ring.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's shoot in the ring. Or let's do it that way. But in the back room, you shake everybody's hand.
Right.
You show your respect.
It's true.
Period. And that's
And
just,
you handle yourself as a professional.
better believe it.
That's the
Absolutely.
golden rule, man.
It is.
Yep.
Yeah, it is. Always
Treat
has
everybody
been.
the way you want to be treated. That's
Right.
the
Better
way
believe
you
it.
should be.
Yep. That's the way I was brought up. That's why my dad, taught me as a kid, Taught me about hard work and things like that, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
So, Beau, you have held many titles.
Yeah,
Who has he ever?
Do you remember your first title that you
of course. Of course I do.
How could you not?
It would have been when I was 18 years old.
Yep.
I believe it was July, I want to say, of 98.
Yep.
Good Times Emporium
Emporium.
in Somerville, Massachusetts.
Yes, it was.
Another great place.
Yes,
It's
it
no
was. I
longer
know.
around for wrestling.
I was working for Tony Rumble, NWA New England at
Correct.
the time, being shown on the TV station up here in Derry, New Hampshire.
Yep.
Channel 50.
WNDS.
Yep.
And I was wrestling against a gentleman by the name of Brutal Bob Evans. Still a very relevant character in today's day and age.
Better believe it.
He's doing great things out there, too,
Yep.
when it comes
Yep.
to giving back to the business
Better
and what
believe it.
he does in
Yep.
Ring of Honor himself. His seminars are top notch. But that night, I was victorious.
Yes.
And I won the NWA New England television title.
Yep.
At 18 years old in
Yep.
my hometown.
Yep.
So he had already moved on from Centerfold Bob Evans to Brutal Bob.
Yes, this was
Yeah,
the beginning
do you
of Brutal.
remember his Centerfold
I do,
days?
I do.
I used to watch him up here at Jeff's shows in Nashua, and I loved it. He'd have the disposable cameras
Mm-hmm.
laying on the ropes, taking pictures of himself. Great stuff, man. Bob is great trainer
Top-notch guy.
also.
Yeah.
Top-notch
Great
guy.
trainer.
Yep.
Was it? Remember that he's talking about Jeff shows up here in New Hampshire.
Oh.
What was it? The 3D wrestling night.
He goes right up at
my
someone's face.
goodness.
Look, it's like I'm in the ring. It's like
Yep.
you're in the ring.
Oh, my God. That was so
Jeff
bad.
was the total that was like the Connie shows, man.
Listen,
I used to love his shows.
the shows were great.
I really did.
They were great.
He had the Predator and the Boston Bulldogs.
Oh, yeah.
Was it Johnny Royal and Ripper Morrison?
Ripper.
Rip's a great guy.
Yeah.
Rip lives right down the road.
Right down the street.
I've already asked him. I need to Rip. Come on, man. Come on the show, please.
You want to talk about another guy? Maverick Wild.
There you go, right?
there.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'd love
He's
that.
another
Mav
one that
on.
Yep.
came right. Oh,
Yes.
Listen, Mav is a great guy.
Yep.
Yes.
We just had him down at the Belltime Club.
We did.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Working
Yeah.
with the kids?
He come down for a couple nights. Yeah.
I was,
awesome.
I was on my maternity leave as I just had a
Matter of
child.
fact,
Oh, that's right.
We said that last week. Congratulations.
Thank
That's right,
you.
brother.
Thank
What's
you.
her name?
Savannah Marie.
Nice.
Beautiful.
And when was she
Beautiful.
born?
9/19.
Nice.
So September 19th. Yeah.
Nice.
Wow.
It was definitely a blessing.
That's awesome. Good for you, brother.
Absolutely.
That's why I'm
Solid.
smiling all the time now. So.
Yeah, how can you not? As a father of 3 kids and I got a grandson, there's nothing better in the world. I know I did 3 things perfect.
Right.
You know what I mean? Other
Yep.
than that, it's about the only 3 things I ever did
Right.
perfect. You know.
Right.
But I'm very proud of my kids, and I'm sure like you're proud of your
So
daughter.
far,
That's
yeah,
fantastic.
she's awesome. She's
Oh
awesome.
yeah,
You know,
that's
I
great.
think the thing is, though, when it comes to professional wrestling in New England,
yeah.
especially New England, and I will always give, besides, and I've done this everywhere I've gone. I talk about Beau Douglas. I talk about Slick Wagner Brown.
Yep.
Luis Ortiz, and Jason Rumble. I talk about all these guys because I met these gentlemen. And I do say, yeah, I will say gentlemen.
That's a little loose. Yeah, be a little loose.
This is definitely going to be a shoot. I met these gentlemen, and because of them and because of Tony, them introducing me to Tony, and then Tony introducing me to Taz and Dreamer, and then introducing me to Heyman, and I give all of what I had to ECW for those years.
Right.
and all the unbelievable guys I got to work with next
Right.
to and
Become friends with.
get on the road with. And this is one thing that really, and sometimes I stop and think about it for a second, that technically all my trainers passed away. Yeah. Started with Candido. First died in 2005 by a fluke, which I still, on his anniversary, I still scream at him because we told him not to fly.
Not to fly, yeah. A lot of
He was-
people had told
He was
him,
one
yeah.
half of the TNA World Tag Team Champions. We told him not to fly. Well, NWA TNA at the time. You know, and then between Balls and Axel and all my guys are dead. All my guys are gone. But when it comes to New England, who cannot ever not bring up Tony Rumble?
Oh, absolutely.
Tony Rumble.
No doubt about it.
the truth.
And that's a great segue right into, we'll talk a little bit about Tony. You know,
Tony was, which guys will back me up.
Talking about Tony.
He was, thank goodness, that's respect right
Yeah,
there.
absolutely.
Because we go, there's been shows where Beau and I went to the clouds in Connecticut working a WWF show with the Big Boss Man and
Their camp
Kane.
shows, yeah.
Yeah, all those shows where, you're going to the stairwell and there's Kane coming up in full gimmick and we're all just like, whoa, we're actually.
Why are you shorter?
Right.
I thought.
TV,
yeah.
TV.
right.
And then you go into a locker room and there's the Big Boss Man and there's Test, God rest his soul.
Right.
Big Boss Man, God rest his soul. There's Ray, and then you had all these guys working, and the Road Dogg and Jim Cornette, and Beau and I got a chance to be with these guys and work with these guys and
Because
talk.
of Tony.
Right.
Yeah, because of
Tony
Tony Rumble.
Right.
So I just think that when it comes to New England, anything has to do with pro wrestling in New England, my opinion, because of I'm a little older than Beau, but it's the fact of that when it comes to New England wrestling, it's Tony Rumble.
Absolutely. I never got the pleasure of being introduced to Tony, but I knew who he was, obviously. Used to see him, and to me, he was like larger than life.
Oh, definitely.
You know? He was a star in my eyes, you know? People will say, oh, independent wrestling, this and that. Man, that guy was a star all over. I mean,
Hey, he was
wherever
on
went.
WCW World
yeah.
War III.
Better believe
He
it.
was in that first
Better believe it.
pay-per-view.
Yep.
Him
He
and that-
also had a
that helmet.
huge hand in bringing in WCW.
Correct.
Yeah, to the Fleet. It was a Fleet Center, yes.
Fleets- it was
yeah,
the
Boston
Fleet
Garden
Center.
had
Yep.
closed, Fleet Center. So he had a huge hand in it, I know, because I've seen some of his press packets because I have them at the school.
Right.
Right.
And it has pictures and press kits of the Giant and Ric Flair, and they wanted to pass it out all over Boston.
Right.
But talking about history, that's the man right there.
It is.
Everything in New England, I'm going to say it, everything in New England, it was basically a chain reaction off of Tony Rumble.
Correct. Correct.
In my opinion.
No, that's not opinion. That's a shoot, and that's legit. That's for real.
And we were talking off air about how packed his shows were, you know?
Yes.
Hundreds and hundreds of people, sometimes into
Thousands.
the thousands.
Thousands.
Absolutely.
And you know what? And here's the thing about those shows. You had the Dynasty Beau Douglas.
Night then.
Right, but it was right. Well, you know what I mean. And you had, Jason Rumble, and you had
Jason Rage.
Jason Rage.
Jason Rage.
See, that's the whole thing. Now you're going back to these guys' real gimmicks, their original gimmicks.
2000, 1999.
98, 99, 2000, in there. And Luis Ortiz and
97, yeah, 97.
Slick Wagner Brown, and you had Eric Sprazier.
Knuckles
Eric?
Nelson.
Knuckles
Look
Nelson.
at my butt, but still learned a lot.
Yeah, definitely. You had guys like that from New England.
Right.
With Tony and
Trey.
Trey, smooth operator.
Smooth operator.
Yeah, definitely. You know,
Like my peanut butter. Smooth.
He had a lot of. Tony knew what he was doing, though. He had the right people around him.
and that's what he did.
Sales
Correct.
and merchandising
Yep.
with Sheldon.
Yep.
You had Brian. What's his last name? He works for the APW now.
Brian Webster.
Yeah, Brian Webster.
Webster.
helping
Right.
out with
Yes.
media.
Yes.
You had Pat Doyle of
Yes.
Melrose
Yep.
TV.
Correct.
Helping out with all his promotion.
Yep.
And television production. He had the right people in place because he had a great vision. And
Amen.
He knew he loved this business more than.
A-
I want to say more than 90% of the people that have been in the business.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah, I'll give you that one.
Right.
Definitely.
You know, I remember seeing him on the old ICW TV show.
Yeah, him and Kevin Sullivan.
Some oldies and stuff, you know.
I was a little one then.
Yeah.
I used to watch it, of
That was
course.
in 1984. is
Imagine
he
when I started working for him, I'm like, oh.
I could imagine. Even in his rookie year, Tony took on legends like Abdullah the Butcher, Bruiser Brody, Superstar Billy
Graham.
Graham, the Tonga Kid, Kevin Sullivan.
Yep.
You know, I mean, this was in his rookie year. The lessons he was learning then, you know what I mean? It's just amazing.
Well, Sullivan was his pencil for a while, wasn't he?
Oh,
Right?
Him and Sullivan had a long relationship.
Long relationship,
they
yeah.
were
Tony
running-
Atlas was involved with that
Yep.
whole thing.
Right, and they were running the CWA up at
Of
Salisbury
course.
Beach.
Of course they.
Yep.
I remember that's the first
Mass
place
Madness.
Yes.
I think that's the first place I saw my favorite tag team, the Eliminators.
Oh,
as a
yes,
team.
I
It was
believe
at
so,
Salisbury
actually.
Beach.
Champs
That was-
Arena.
Yep.
Yep.
That place, I'll never forget it, man, because I saw them the first time, and I just was like, wow, these guys are incredible. I had actually seen, after that, I seen Perry have a tryout match in Lowell at the auditorium. He was the Iron Horseman.
Yeah, it's
And
funny
he
you
was there,
say
and
that.
he hit the ropes, and he slipped.
Paul Richard was explaining. Paul Richard, the Extreme Enforcer.
Yes.
Extreme Enforcer,
Yes.
ECW.
Yeah.
He was saying the other day that the Eliminators' first indie show was in Salisbury, and I didn't believe him until
yes.
you just said
Yeah,
that.
That's
it was.
correct.
I know.
I was like, sure, Paul, sure. You were right, Paul.
But do you guys know where their first match was? It was not even in New England.
No, where? Oh, Japan.
Memphis.
Oh, really?
Memphis.
Okay.
They went down to Memphis. They bullshitted their
Heard that.
way
I've heard
into
that.
Jerry Lawler. They went down there. They teamed. They stayed there for a couple months. They put the belts on them right away. You know what I mean?
No way.
Yeah, but they couldn't make enough money. So I remember I saw a shoot. I'm sorry. When Perry said that when they went into Lawler and said they needed more money, he said, how much? They said $50 a week. Lawler gave it to him right away, and Perry said, I should have asked for $100 because he gave it to me
Yep.
so fast.
Yep.
He knows I would have got $100 if I would have asked. But eventually, they couldn't just stay down there because they were starving.
You're right.
You know, so they came back home. You know, and went into work.
There's
Tony.
two more Kowalski guys
See?
for
There
you.
you go.
Yes, absolutely.
Kowalski, Tony. Oh,
See?
That's
how it
That's
works.
the real dynasty right
Absolutely.
there.
Hey, amen, brother. Amen.
Now, after that, like I think it was in '86, he started teaming with Rocky Raymond as the Boston Bad Boys.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know they weren't together long.
No,
What happened with that? Do you happen to know?
it's just Rocky Raymond.
I'm just going to go ahead and...
Yeah, so we're going to move on to the next one, yeah.
I'm going to leave that one alone.
Yep.
I
Okay.
know they were really good friends. I
Right.
do know that.
Right.
Right.
And that's all I will
That's
say
it.
about that
That's correct.
one.
Okay.
It was short, so let's move on to the next one.
Yeah. Well, I just want to say one thing. They did face in an interpromotional match, the Midnight Rockers.
That's right,
They
they
took
did.
on Shawn Michaels and Marty
Jannetty.
Jannetty.
They did.
Ah,
Bull Montana did, too.
Yes.
nice. I love Bull.
From the apron. I love Bull.
Bull's a great guy. I do. I love him. Yeah. That's a great guy, though.
Better.
He hasn't called me in a while. He used to call me once in a while. He
He's
hasn't
working at the
called me in
pizza
a while.
joint on
Is he?
Revere Beach. You'll see
Oh, I
him.
gotta go out and see him. I'll take a Sunday, take
Everybody
a ride
go down to Revere Beach and see Bull Montana.
You gotta.
Tell him that Derek Duke sent him. That's D3.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Well,
Thanks for-
in
Thanks for the
1998,
put over, brother.
Tony started working as a booker and producing the ICW shows, which obviously helped him when he started running his own shows, as you said, with all the right people in place. You know, then he had the Rumble seat, his talk show.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget some of them that I saw, you know, the Honky Tonk Man, Rick Rude. That was one of my favorite ones where he's talking to the Honky Tonk Man. They stop bad-mouthing Rude, and here he comes. Here comes Rick Rude. I'll tell you, I watched it just the other day. It still holds up to this day. Great stuff. Dory Funk Jr., Ivan Putski. He even had Mr. Pogo from Japan on his show. You know, it's pretty cool.
Tony had those connections.
Absolutely.
And plus, he knew how to talk to people.
Right. And at that time, he also started managing.
Yep.
And with managing Mr. USA, Tony Atlas, when Tony first turned heel, his first manager was Tony Rubble.
Right.
He also was the tag team, the Undertakers. Do you remember those
God,
guys?
yes. Yeah,
Those
yeah.
guys, they were big dudes. They had to weigh close to 1,000 pounds between the two of them.
Is that Big Val and his brother?
Yes.
Yeah.
Big Val
Yes.
Puccio
Yeah.
and his
Yeah.
brother? Yeah.
Yep.
Big boys.
Oh, yeah.
Great guys.
Oh, absolutely. My
Great
buddy
guys.
Sean Wiggins is good friends with was it Val? No.
Big Val?
Yeah, Big
Yeah.
Val. Yeah. In 1998, 89, I'm sorry, that's when he started his own promotion, Century Wrestling Alliance. And like I said, I remember going to the shows at Salisbury Beach, and that's when Kevin Sullivan had the book for
Yep.
a while.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, did you go to any of those shows, Paul? at the
Salisbury,
Yeah.
when I was a kid, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
They were great shows. How about you, Pat?
Again, didn't
No.
know what I was in for.
right. Those were great shows. He remained in ICW until pretty much the demise of the company. which was in the early 90s.
Well, yeah, all right, demise, but it
Yeah.
was more of going, different into a mainstream.
Different directions.
Different directions.
Different
Correct.
directions.
Correct.
And then when he started his, that's when NWA New England came into
Correct.
effect in the 90s. And he
We were
was
part of the last CWA show and the first NWA New England show.
Wow. Yep.
That's when we entered. That's when actually Trey, the Smooth Operator Gangster, brought me, Wagner, Lewis, and Jay, and Steve King as well, telling us to make sure we showed up.
Steve King.
And we showed up, and Tony took a liking to us and threw us in there.
Yep.
Nice.
Took a beating from the Dungeon Master that night.
Oh.
And then a year and a half later, right before, of course, I win my TV title at Good Times, I'm in the ring, looking across the ring at Tony Rumble himself. That was a quick 4 minutes.
Yes, and it's
That I
all.
will never forget.
Yep.
Yeah. Did you get hit with the helmet?
Oh, no. We wrestled.
Oh, yeah?
Oh,
No,
it
I
was-
just figured
he
maybe
wasn't
he hit you with the
managing.
helmet.
He
Yeah.
wrestled that night.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
actually the short period of time when he was the NWA New England Heavyweight Champion.
Oh, okay.
Right,
yeah, I
right.
remember
I
that.
believe he took it off. He beat, who was it? Well, he beat Trooper Gilmore
Moore,
at the time.
correct.
He did, yes.
Nice.
And Paulie.
Yes.
And so I had worked, and I felt the wrath of his Boston Crab that evening, and maybe that was the beginning of all my back problems.
Probably was.
Full circle. You
Well,
like
yes,
that?
yes,
Goes
I
right
like
back.
that.
You better believe it.
When he started NWA, he started using like all his contacts that he had made through ICW. Using guys like Jimmy Snuka, the Iron Sheik, Harley Race, Hugh Morris.
Better believe it.
Again, you said him earlier. Eric Sprazier, Vic Steamboat, Ray Odyssey,
Ray Odyssey.
Surfer Ray Odyssey.
Yes.
I haven't even heard of Ray in a long time. You know what's up with Ray? or anything?
I don't. Me and Paul Richard were talking about him the other day because he was explaining the backstory to Sandman to me and
Yep.
talking about how
Yes.
Paul E. loved Ray Odyssey.
Yeah.
He used Ray Odyssey, but then went with Hack or Sandman.
Sandman.
Didn't Sandman team with Ray for a little
I
while?
don't know
I'm
that
almost positive as the Surfer.
As the Surfers, correct.
Yeah, as the Surfer
Yep.
Boys or whatever.
And then what happened was when Tony, of course, you got to remember one thing too, not Taz with two Z's,
right, the
Tasmaniac.
Oh yeah, no shoes,
no shoes, gimmick
oh,
hair,
yeah.
the whole thing.
curly hair.
And then you had Tommy Dreamer,
yes.
who was also the Surfer.
Well, no, he was
Well, remember-
Q Madison.
Right,
Yes.
No, TD Madison.
TD.
'Cause the other one was QT
Right.
Madison, his partner.
and then that's when Tommy got into the surfing gimmick. That's what the
Okay.
whole Sandman thing was all about. That's why he said instead of using Ray, he went with Hack.
Well, I know that, of course, Ray stayed with Tony because there was that Todd Gordon
Yes.
at
Yes.
the beginning of ECW, and Tony had NWA New England just starting to blow up,
Mm-hmm.
and ECW was part of NWA, and
Okay.
they had broken off.
Yep.
Right,
They
correct.
were Eastern Championship
Eastern,
Wrestling.
correct.
Yes.
It was still Eastern Championship Wrestling. It was still ECW.
Right.
But that is when Todd Gordon was talking about. That's when the transition was
And they
going.
went there, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So Tony from the NWA New England to NWA NE.
Right.
That's when they broke apart from each other.
Right.
And that's when Tony started going the other side of it.
Yeah, because in Eastern Championship Wrestling, I remember watching their shows too. You had Snooker on
Yep.
them shows. You had Morocco.
Yep.
They brought in Stan Hansen, which is my
Your favorite.
I'm a huge Stan
Your
Hansen
favorite.
fan. Right back to Tony's shows though. The Pink Assassin.
I love Pinky.
The Pink Assassin was somebody that I'll never forget watching wrestle. You know what I mean? Tony won the CWA Heavyweight Championship back to Century Wrestling, Century Wrestling Alliance 3 times. The company became in the territory of the NWA in 1998. And then that's when, like you said, the NWA New England and ECW,
Yep.
they split apart.
Yep.
But those shows back then
Yeah.
were just stacked.
And-
not only with the younger talent,
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
But with the veterans that he brought in, and then the veterans even from in New England
Yep.
area that
Yeah.
wrestled. For
Better
him,
believe it.
You know?
He had everyone that has ever done anything during that era as
Yes.
well as now
Yeah.
on his shows.
Definitely.
I mean, there were people that are still going now. Punisher Don Vega had a shot there.
Yep.
Jeff Mangles,
Yep.
Alex Arion,
Nice.
Jay Gillette, Kid USA.
Wow.
I mean, House of Pain, the tag team, the Gullah Brothers. Curtis,
Vertebraker.
yeah, Vertebraker, Curtis Slam Dog,
Mercenary.
Mercenary,
Yep.
Ron
Yep.
Zombie. Ron Zombie's still going till this day
Yes,
down in
yes.
Connecticut.
And he's still killing it
Killing
down
it.
there. Yep.
Killing it.
Still killing it down
Just
there.
took a bunch of staples to the head.
Oh,
See
yeah.
that?
Oh, I
Big
did.
shot the
Oh,
other
I
day.
did. I did. Maniacs.
Yes.
Hey, you got any stories of going to Tony shows or anything like that?
I mean, you must, especially you.
No, I just one of the shows that sticks out was at the Revere High School Stadium.
Oh, what a great show.
God, I think might have been like Steve Marabito's debut or something because he was huge.
That was
and,
CWA.
was it the old
CWA.
CWA?
Yeah.
Was, yeah.
My
Was that
first
Mel Simmons, the ring announcer back then?
Of course.
Mel,
Right,
yeah,
that's
Mel.
what I thought.
And
Messed
I
up,
remember
Yes,
back
he
then, who'd he bring in was Demolition, Accent Smash was at that show. And God, I think Snooker was on it. There was just, and I was in awe that, you're walking around the field and these guys are as close as we are right now. And it's like, these guys, what I see on TV every week, and yet I'm sitting here rubbing elbows with these guys.
Right.
Amazing, huh?
It was definitely, an amazing experience seeing, those shows.
I mean, and the undercard from the names were the top people in New England at the time.
Correct.
I mean, you got Jim Cody, Duke Dalton.
Yeah.
You
Duke
had
Dalton.
Tony Atlas on the show. You had Mike Hollow on that show at
Right.
the stadium the following year. Tito Santana was in town. I wrestled Bob Evans again that night.
Yeah.
But it was great. The things that Tony was able to pull off, I don't know if anyone's been able to match that. I'll be honest with you. I mean, there's some great promotions going on. I mean, whether it be
Yes.
UFO, Chaotic Wrestling,
Right.
NECW,
Yep.
Big Time Wrestling, which is more national.
Which is, yes,
Right.
exactly.
more
Yep.
national than a regional.
Right,
Yep.
right.
Yeah, that's all. I mean, you got a show Friday night, NCW.
Oh, of course, yes.
APW ran last week up
And
in
they had a great
Newbury.
show
yeah.
last week.
So I mean, it's just
Liberty States.
Yep.
There is a lot of. Now is Victory still going at all?
VCW is running. It's called VCW Can-Am now, and Jason took it up to New Hampshire, up to Northern Maine and Canada.
yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, so he's not down this way too much. We may see a VCW show pop up, but I'm not too sure.
Right.
Well, I got a question because remember I asked you the other day. Did Jason have a second?
Yes, he had a second
child?
job. He
So,
did.
A boy?
Yes.
I told you I was right.
Yes.
I was
JD.
right. I said
Yes.
it too. I said it to him. He's like,
JD.
I don't know. I'm like,
JD.
I'm almost
JD.
positive.
Better believe it.
That she, when we had him on the show, she was his.
Listen. You could talk about Jason and Nicole having a baby, but if you ask his daughter Jalen, that's her baby.
That's her.
That's her
She was
little
cute.
brother,
Remember,
but
she
she
was
loves
with-
him.
Brother, if you had to do me a favor and try to catch the show on YouTube. So we're talking to Jason, and he kept going, Daddy's on TV, stop it! he kept yelling, Daddy, I want to see TV.
Isn't that what happens when we're on the phone with him, though, too?
Oh yeah, that happens all the time.
Jalen's the star of the family.
Ah, nice. That's awesome. The
good.
kids usually are.
Oh,
They really
I mean,
are.
And he lives.
My goddaughter. I got to put her over.
So you got to put her over anyway, right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, I got one
Yeah.
that, besides Rob Van Dam putting my daughter over, he put my daughter over.
I don't know what you're talking about.
He put my daughter over.
Nice.
She was the hot dog safari.
Oh, I was there. I was at which one? Because there was a few of them.
Well, right, but there was this,
Tony. One Tony's ran.
yeah.
Okay.
It was Tony, and we were just doing our thing, setting up, before everyone come in, and there's Beau putting my daughter over, and I'd just go leg drop. She dropped the leg on him. He'd play the role. Elbow. It was.
That's great.
Yep.
Good
So
stuff.
Bring memories,
And that's the whole thing, and of course, I'm working for Tony Rumble,
Right.
getting introduced to all these great guys, and get to move forward and do my thing and get a chance to meet all these guys, and just now we get to pass it on.
That's what the belt on.
It is, brother.
No,
Now we
it's
get to
great,
pass
though.
it
You
on.
brought back a lot of memories when you started naming off all those guys. You know what I mean? Like Curtis Slam Dog, the Mercenary.
Wow.
And and I brought Vertebraker. Vertebraker moved away a while ago.
He did.
Did he ever come back?
No, I saw him online recently. He
Really?
looks like he's enjoying himself a
were gonna-
lot out there.
We were going to do some tape trade, and we lost track of each other. But
Verdi's a good kid.
I'll tell you, man, he was a hell of a talent, and he really was. Again, there's always been a lot of great talent. There's great talent in New England now, There's been great talent in New England
Forever.
forever.
Better believe it.
There's no doubt about it. I mean, even look at the WWE. New England is got the New England hand all over.
Oh my
that.
God, yeah.
Triple H, Kofi Kingston,
Yep.
John Cena,
Yep.
Sasha Banks.
Sasha Banks,
Bloom.
Bloom.
Matt
Matt
Bloom, yeah, the head guy down in hey,
That's
down
right.
in
The big
NXT.
dog.
NXT.
Big dog at
With
NXT.
his
Now,
more.
Tommaso Ciampa's in there now.
Yes.
Oni Lorcan.
Oni Lorcan.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
made his SmackDown debut.
Yeah.
Oh, nailed it.
You know how mad I was? I'm watching it, right? All of a sudden, I play fantasy hockey. I go check the NHL network. And I go on Facebook, and there's Derek's post, and I'm like, oh, you should. I cussed. He's like, what are you so mad about? And I said, look.
Yep.
He's like, oh, I would
Yep.
make you mad.
Hometown boy on
Made his
on
debut. I
SmackDown,
was
baby.
watching it. I changed the.
But
Oh, I'm
tonight, the
so
main
mad.
event at NXT
Is-
is Tommaso Ciampa, Gargano, and I don't know the third against the Revolution and
The Revival?
The
The
Revival,
Revival?
and their partner Samoa Joe. I don't know the third for Tommaso's team,
Mm.
but main event in a Gaines Arena.
Exactly.
Hometown boys.
Hometown boys. That's right.
But it goes even further now.
Yeah.
We got the TNA heavyweight champion, Eddie Edwards.
Eddie
Eddie
Edwards,
Edwards,
yes.
Ring of Honor tag champs multiple times. You got Todd.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Warbeard Hanson.
Warbeard.
Warbed.
Yeah.
Yep. That's right.
You know?
Yep.
No more handsome.
Yeah.
He's handsome.
it's-
Oh, he is handsome.
Fantastic,
That
isn't it,
beard
though?
is
Yeah.
handsome.
That beard
I
is
actually
handsome. We love the
just
beard,
I
brother.
started watching TNA because Eddie won the title,
Yeah.
and I want to
Did you see the
real,
story?
Yes, it was
Okay.
fantastic. And, you
Wow,
know,
that was-
I'm
yeah.
Trying, I'm trying to get George.
That was
and
definitely-
John Gorman on the show to do something special about a DC
Yep.
tribute
Yeah.
show, and George said it'll happen. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I just started watching. I just real quick. Isaiah's one of his favorite wrestlers is Eddie Kingston. So when
yeah,
he
yeah,
was doing
yeah.
it and he took the thing
Oh
off,
my God.
I was like,
That was-
I watched it. I FaceTimed Isaiah. You
That
know
was
what I mean? And played it
unbelievable.
back,
Yep.
and he's like, "Is that Eddie?" I'm
Yeah,
like,
yep.
Yeah, he was so excited.
Love Eddie.
Guys,
Good
listen,
people.
we're running out of time, but I want to go back. Pat, let's plug your show again coming up
Please.
this Wednesday because
Please.
I'll be there. I can't wait.
I'll be
Yeah.
there.
All right. It's UFO Wrestling, Harvest Havoc,
there, baby. Tell
2016.
'em.
It's going to be this coming Wednesday, November 23rd, 6:30 p.m. Doors open. Tiny Community Center in South Boston, Mass. It's 640 East 4th Street.
Yes.
The number 4 in South Boston. Conveniently located within 5 minutes from the train station.
Andrew Square or Broadway?
Both
Okay.
within a bus goes to the front door from both train stations.
Excellent.
Nice,
Excellent.
nice.
Excellent. Bo, you got anything to put over, brother?
Yeah, want to plug the Bell Time Club one more time.
The number 11 bus.
The
Number 11
No, it's
bus.
the 9. The 9 or the 10.
Ah,
The 9 or the 10. The
Bell
11
Time
goes
Club is
up.
training.
that's the bus driver.
That's right.
Training all week. You catch us on Facebook, Bell Time Club. Bell Time Club on Facebook.
Bell Time Club on Facebook. Yep.
And where are you located again?
40B Broadway, Wakefield, Mass.
Look it up. Telling you.
Yeah, you
Think
got to go down if you're looking
do
to
that.
train, or if you're already trained and you're looking to work out. Go down and see these guys.
They love veterans, guys. Seriously, thank you so much, man.
I appreciate it.
Good to see you,
you very
brother.
much,
Always a
Lee.
pleasure.
Well, thank
Thank
you.
you,
Always a
Lee.
pleasure.
Thank you.
Guys,
Guys,
open
thank you so
invitation
much for
anytime,
coming.
guys.
Anything else in
Seriously.
this box?
Well, then maybe later. You never know, brother.
I can't get it open.
Can't get it open.
Yeah,
We'll get it open after.
Yeah, Derek likes the stogies. I like something else.
So what do you think? We out of here, brother?
Sorry, Ma. Yeah,
We
we're
out?
Peace.
The preceding program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.